reception. Hope you've all had a good day. Well done for your fantastic work today. Now we're going to do some RE together. Now in RE, before Christmas, we learnt the nativity stories, the story of when Jesus was born. Remember that he was born in the stable and then they placed him in the manger. So that is what Christians believe in. They believe that Jesus is the Son of God, and Christmas is a very, very special celebration to people that are Christians. Today we're learning about a different kind of celebration, something completely different. Now I'm going to show you a picture as a clue of when I had this celebration and see if you know what we're going to be learning about. Okay, give you a clue. And I don't normally look like this. I wore something different on this day. There's me and there's Mr. Phillips. Okay, and on this special day when we had this celebration, there were 2 rings. I gave Mr. Phillips this ring and he gave me this one. And we said some special words to each other and we put the rings on our ring fingers. So Mr. Phillips gave me this one and put this one on. So that means that I am married. Did you guess it? We are going to be learning about weddings, when 2 people get married, they come together and they have a wedding. This was Mr. Phillips's ring. So I want you to think about, do you know anybody who's got married? Or maybe you've been to a wedding, or do you know what it's like at a wedding and what special things there are at a wedding? I'm going to show you a few photos now of the special things that were at my wedding, and also we'll learn a little bit more about what weddings are like and what happens at them. So the lady who gets married is called the bride, and she wears a wedding dress. Normally it's white or a light colour. And the man that gets married is called the groom. So they are the couple, 2 people together, the bride and the groom. I'll show you another picture. Okay, and this was us on our wedding day. Me, Mrs. Phillips and Mr. Phillips. Now, when somebody gets married, a lady, they're normally called Miss. So I used to be called Miss Landigan. But now that I'm married to Mr. Phillips, my name changed to Mrs. Phillips. So we are Mr. and Mrs. Phillips. Okay, and there I am here. Now I'm walking down the middle bit, and that's called the aisle. And here's my dad, and he's walking with me down the aisle to Mr. Phillips. Can you see there's 2 people standing next to him? Okay, he's called Andrew and he's called Mark. They're Mr. Phillips's best friends, okay, and they're twins and they look exactly the same because they're identical. Now they were his best men. They were his really good friends that looked after him on our wedding day. Okay, and there's us. I think that's when we were saying those special words. Oh look, and I think Mr. Phillips is going to give me my ring in that picture. He's holding my hand and giving me my ring. Okay, then I'm going to show you a few more pictures. Now, this next picture, this was before the wedding, because on the wedding day, we wear special clothes and get all dressed up. And so it takes a little bit of time to get ready. So here is me. Here's me in my wedding dress, and the person hugging me, that's my mum. And my mum, she wore a really big hat, and that was her special clothes, because sometimes people wear big hats at weddings, and she had a special new dress as well. And my dress had lots and lots and lots of tiny little buttons all the way down the back. So here, this is my best friend called Katie. She was my bridesmaid. I'll show you another picture in a minute. And so she helped me get ready. Now, because it's a special day and I wanted to remember it forever and ever, I had a photographer. So I had somebody come and take pictures of me in my dress when I was getting ready to be married. And these pictures are all in a special book called an album. So now whenever I want, and I can look in this book and remember it. Okay, and then here's me walking down the stairs, and there's my dad. He didn't know what my dress looked like. Oh, it's a surprise. Because when the bride gets married, normally we don't tell anybody what our dress looks like. And then on the day, it's a big surprise what it looks like. So here's my bridesmaid, Katie. Here's my mum. And here's my other bridesmaid called Jill. And then there's me. Because weddings are a really, really happy day. Here's me giving my dad a big hug because I was so excited to show him my special dress and get married. Okay. And then, oh, here's another picture on this page. This is us, the bridesmaids. So after people have got married, they have special photos, the bride and the groom, and they're also with their friends and their family. So here's me and my bridesmaids again. In our my bridesmaids had pretty pink dresses on, and then we had pretty pink flowers. I'll find you a picture of my flowers as well. Oh, I love flowers. Here are my flowers. Okay, love them. These ones are called roses, pink roses, and also got lilac roses. What else have we got? Oh, here's another picture of me and my bridesmaid. So me and Katie, and then this time me, Mr. Phillips and Katie. Now after the wedding, it's like a big party, so you sit down and you have a special meal together. People sit down at tables and have lots of nice food, and we put decorations on the table so that it looks nice. So this is what my tables look like at my wedding. Has flowers, and sometimes people have pictures and things to decorate it. I think that was all I was going to show you. I think that was all my pictures. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a few more things to do with weddings to teach you a little bit about what happens. So we've already talked about this. They give the rings. The bride and the groom, they give each other rings, and then when they wear a ring, it shows that they are married. When they've got married, everybody comes together, their friends and their family, and they throw, because they're so happy and excited, they throw, it's called confetti. Sometimes it's little bits of paper, sometimes it's like flowers over the couple, the bride and the groom, and everyone goes, yay! And people might cheer or clap, and they take photos. Now, people that are Christian, so they're people that believe in God and that Jesus is the Son of God, they get married in a very special building, and it's called a church. And some churches look a bit like this. And here they are, bride and groom. And sometimes brides, they wear this special thing. It's really long, and they might wear it over their face, or they might wear it on the back of their head, and it's really long. It's called a veil. And here's the groom. Now the groom, they normally wear really smart clothes. They wear a suit. They look really smart because it's a very, very special celebration. And the bride that has the flowers, it's called a bouquet. So they normally hold a bunch of pretty flowers. Now before the wedding, their family and friends that they want to come and celebrate with them, they have to tell them when the wedding is. So they have to send invitations. It tells them what time the wedding is, what day it is, what date, and where, so that people know, the guests, the people who come to the wedding, know where to come. This was our wedding invitations, and it says that we invite you to celebrate their marriage, so their wedding, and it was on a Monday. It was the 5th of August, but it was 2019, so it was 2 years ago. Now sometimes the bride goes in a special car on her wedding day to drive to the church where she's going to get married, and then she gets out of the car, and on the day the bride wears flowers, but the man normally has flowers on his jacket or on his suit, and that is called a buttonhole. And sometimes the ladies, like the bridesmaids or the mum of the bride, so my mum or Mr. Fitz's mum, has some pretty little flowers on them too, and that's called a corsage. Now when there's decorations on the table, we give little presents to the guests to say thank you to everybody for coming to the wedding and celebrating with them, and they are called wedding favours. Sometimes people give chocolate or sweeties or a little game to play, and it's a nice little present that the guests who came to the wedding can take home. When it was our wedding, we had little boxes like this, and then there's nothing in anymore because we put sweeties in them, but they ate them all up, so there's none left. And the guests that come to the wedding, they give the couple, the bride and the groom, presents. They give them gifts to say, congratulations, well done on getting married. And they might wrap them up, or they might put them in a bag. And they also normally give the bride and groom a card to say congratulations on your wedding day. And the cards might look a little bit like this. They might say things like Mr. and Mrs. This one's got a picture of a teddy, a bride and a groom. They might have pretty flowers on, or look like the wedding clothes. Wow, look at this wedding dress, sparkly. And this suit. Now, this is very important. We haven't talked about this. On the wedding day, normally they have a big cake to cut. And then all the people at the wedding can eat the wedding cake. And sometimes it's so big, it's got different tiers. Can you see it's got different bits? It's got a bottom bit, a middle and top. They are called tiers, and it's one on top of the other. Like that. Okay. And also last one, people when they have weddings, they're bridesmaids. They are the friends of the bride, and they stand together and they look after the bride on the day. They help her get ready, and they stand next to her in the church. They maybe hold her flowers, or they might help her hold her dress, because normally brides, we have a really, really long dress on. So they help us, and they're our special friend that helps us on the day. Oh, look. Wow. Look at this photo of somebody's amazing wedding cake. Looks yummy, doesn't it? Okay. There's lots and lots of special things that happen on a wedding. So I want you to think, have you been to a wedding? If you have, ask your grown-up to write a comment under this video. I'd love to know whose wedding that you went to and what was it like. Was it fun? If you've been to a wedding, I want to know the best bit about the wedding. Okay. And today, for your work, I would like you to make a wedding cake. Don't have to make a real one. You can draw a cake. You could make it out of Play-Doh. You could make it out of cardboard boxes and do junk modelling. You could make it out of Lego or Duplo, or maybe other like wooden bricks. Or maybe you could get a biscuit and decorate a biscuit, or decorate a cake so it looks like a wedding cake. I'll show you one last picture. I'll show you what my cake looked like. Okay, so this was the top of our cake, and it with the thing on that said Mr. and Mrs. Phillips. And here is a photo of us cutting our cake, because on the wedding day everybody stands around and maybe in a circle or in a line and watches the cutting of the cake. So there we are, holding it together, cutting our yummy wedding cake. I like cake. So today I'd like you to make a wedding cake out of something that you've got at home, out of your toys or something, or draw or paint me a picture. I'd love to see your wedding cakes. Have fun. See you soon. Bye.